Hey guys, welcome back to Henry's Ad Lab channel. So today I'm going to share with you guys something real and unfiltered. That is what I wish I knew before I started running Pinterest ads. So this video is not going to be like a tutorial or a full success story. It's just basically me telling you guys and sharing with you guys what I wish I knew, the lessons I've learned so far, my mistakes, and also the little success which I have gotten so far running Pinterest ads. So if you're interested in running Pinterest ads in the future, or you are curious about running Pinterest ads, then make sure to subscribe. This channel is for you. Let's get right into the video. So first thing first, reality versus expectation. So during the course, I've been running Pinterest ads for I think about maybe since 2022 thereabout, but scantily. So scantily and inconsistently. So that means not for one full month straight, and the budgets were really messy, to be honest, and that's why I got also messy results. And I've been running these ads either for just maybe 1 or 2 weeks maximum, because then I was still a student doing my master's during this time, 2021 till 2023. And that's why I had to really allocate budgets properly and make sure that I don't spend so much on Pinterest ads. So I will spend maybe like 30 euros, 40 euros thereabouts for like 2-3 weeks, Now, then I was expecting maybe I was going to, I just had a feeling maybe, okay, yeah, maybe it will work, maybe I'll get some sales, something like this, But of course, I didn't get any sales. I didn't really look into the data from my campaigns which I ran. I wasn't really data driven, I would say. So it took me some time to start really realizing that these things were important for me. So yeah, Pinterest basically is a platform, it's like a platform where people, they come to look for ideas. I think they believe they come to look for ideas, and when they find something that they are interested in, they either pin it to a certain board, their private boards, and then whenever they have budgets, they can come back and buy it. So it depends on that the user on that Pinterest platform. So some of them, of course, are likely to convert quickly, but I believe there's also like outliers, in my opinion, like people who just run ads on Pinterest. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the same people who run ads like me, who have run ads scantily and kind of inconsistently, maybe 30 euros for or 40 euros for in the space of, I don't know, or 50 or even 20 euros in the space of 2 weeks, right? And they were lucky. They were those unicorns who got sales or something like that. But on a general perspective, I think when you're running ads on Pinterest, one has to be really realistic about it, and just keep your hopes really low, And first of all, I think the main thing is just to get data, get the data of people who are actually interested in your product, run the ads and see how the platform works for you, and keep your expectations a bit low. But of course, if you have maybe higher budgets, because in my case, I had limited budget. So if you have higher budgets and you have a longer time frame, then you can get a better output from your campaign. So this is just what I wanted to share. My reality then was, or my expectations then when I started running ads on Pinterest was the first few, maybe the first week I'll get something, I'll get a sale. But this was like years back, before I started understanding the platform and all that, how the algorithm works and all that. Just a disclaimer, I'm not an expert. I'm still trying to figure this out, like all of you guys out there. So, but this is just my experience so far since running Pinterest ads or testing Pinterest ads now and then. But since last year, I think I've been quite consistent to a certain degree, in terms of running conversion ads or email marketing campaigns, especially with the help of my account manager. So there's something you have to know, just as a bonus to the first point, is when you start running Pinterest ads, usually Pinterest gives you, they kind of give you an incentive. So when you spend, let's say maybe $15 on an ad, then they give you like maybe $30. And then the second time when you spend 100, they give you a credit, ad credits of about 100. And then the third one, maybe it's about 200. So it depends. I don't know if this is like a standard thing with Pinterest, but this was what my experience when I spent more than $100 on Pinterest ads. I was giving like about 200 credits, $200 credit or more in Pinterest ads. So this is something that's good. And then also they will also assign your account to an account manager. That means you will have someone who is going to be assisting you and guiding you how to create ads. When before you create an ad, he's going to tell you to send your ad creatives to him so that he can check it, your keywords and all those kind of a thing. So which is something very good that I love about Pinterest. So they assign you this account manager for free. You're going to have this person. I had mine for I think over a year plus, I think. So this is one thing I think you guys should know. This is the first point, is that just try to keep when you're starting out running Pinterest ads, keep your expectations quite low or moderate, and just be open to spend money just to learn, at least to learn how the algorithm works and find out your winning project. Find out your winning product or ad creative in this case. Now, the second point is Pinterest is a visual platform, so you really have to create a really visual appealing ad for it to perform, for your ad to have a chance of performing very, very well. And granted, yes, when you run the ads, you will get the impressions, you might get the clicks, even if you have a mediocre ad creative or something. But I don't know about conversion. Conversion is something I'm not so certain about if you have this kind of mediocre ad creative or so. But like I said, for everyone, sometimes it's different. But it's best to just stick with Pinterest best practice. They have follow the visual appealing. It's a visual appealing platform, I would say. So you have to create ads that will actually engage with people, test different ad creative. And the thing is, when it comes to creating ads, I think I made a video about this. So I use Canva and ChatGPT, so ChatGPT has been very helpful since the invention of it. What I do is when I prompt ChatGPT to create a mock-up for me. So this is where it can get a little bit hectic. It takes a lot of time to get that, that ad which you want. So you really have to guide ChatGPT. Sometimes it can be messy, you can get messy output, but sometimes you can really get wonderful and fantastic ad mock-ups from ChatGPT. So my thoughts on this, on the second point, is that it takes time to find that winning ad creative, to create it, and also find that winning one. So that's what I do. I just prompt it from ChatGPT. Once I get the ad creative from ChatGPT or the mock-up, I upload it on Canva. Yes, I upload it on Canva, and then I insert the mock-up, the product on this mock-up, and I do about, I don't know, sometimes it depends, I think about 10 to 12, and this is just as a result of what my Pinterest account manager has told me, that when I'm trying to run ads, I should make sure that at least I have about 7 to 12 thereabout. So it takes time to create it and make it look really visually appealing, and find out what works, which of the ad creative is actually engaging the audiences or your audiences. And also sometimes when you are running these ad creatives, what you expect, the ads that you might expect to perform well might perform poor or less than the ones which you less expected to perform well. So what I mean is, you might expect ad A, for example, to get more clicks, get more impressions, and you expect maybe ad creative B is not so looking good, you don't like it, but you're like, okay, let's just try it. So you just try it, and obviously the reverse is the case. Ad B performs well than ad A. So yeah, sometimes what you least expect will actually perform well from your ad creatives. This is one thing I've learned. So, and also an ad that would perform well on Facebook or Instagram might likely not perform well on Pinterest. I've tested, because I've tried the Facebook ads also in the past, and some ads actually really worked well on Facebook, but when I put them on Pinterest, it was the ad creative was didn't perform that much as I expected it to. So this is basically my second point in summary, is that getting the right ad and creating the ad creatives, it takes a lot of time. So it's quite tedious work, but at the same time it's fun when you get the result of what works and what doesn't work. So that's the second point. Now the third point is your budget and your targeting. So this part is very important when you're like running ads on Pinterest, because Pinterest has like different campaign objectives. So it has brand awareness, it has consideration, it has also the conversion. So the consideration is to get people to click your ads. The conversion is like to get people to take an action on your website, maybe like sign up for your email newsletter to get leads or to add product to their basket, etc. And then you have sales objective campaign. So in the past, I've run usually, I think I ran the main three I ran was the conversion, catalog sales, and the consideration campaign. So if it's like when I had the interview or like the meeting with my account manager on Pinterest, he told me like at least the minimum I want to spend daily is €7, or $7, depending on where you are. So the minimum I want to spend is €7, and then I should have, for this €7, he was telling me I should have at least 4 ad creative to see which one works. Of course, you can do more, you can make more ad creatives, maybe, I don't know, 7 ad creatives, and test it to see which one works. But if you're making 7, then obviously maybe your budget should be around maybe about around €10 or so. And maybe after some days or after some couple of weeks, when you find a winning one, you can shut that one off, the ones that are not working, so that you don't waste money on wasted eyeballs. And then very important is like your targeting. So I think he was also telling me like you don't want to set, when you're spending like, for example, €7 daily, you don't want to spend like, or you don't want to target, you don't want to target more than 2 countries, or one would be ideal, but you don't want to target more than 2 countries or 2 regions. So because that way the ads will not be very effective and efficient, to just be stretching the budget. If you're targeting, let's say for example 3-4 regions, then an ideal budget will be, daily spend will be around maybe $30 to $40 daily spend. This way you can get more out of your ad, you can get better results, you can get faster results. So because when I tried this, when I ran some campaigns last year also, I tried these campaigns, and I saw it was kind of more effective when I was like targeting just one particular region with a certain budget, like €10 to €7. It was sort of more effective. So this is something I really want to stress, is like don't expect when you're target, don't come and target like or you don't just come and think you can target like, I don't know, 4 or 5 regions, and then you only spend like €3, €4. It won't be that effective, to be honest. So you just want to at least target the regions. So the way I actually do it is like, I've made also a video on this, how I find regions that I target, cities or countries. So what I do is like, I go to Pinterest trends, I find keywords that are related to my product or my niche. And for example, if you sell, I don't know, if you sell like mountain bikes, or if you sell hiking shoes, so you just check it on Pinterest. What I do is I just check for the 4 or 3 most performing keywords there on Pinterest. Then I go to Google Trends. Of course, if you have like other better SEO tools, then by all means use it, because that will be more effective and also efficient. But there are some SEO tools I know that are like SEMrush, for example, is quite good, and Ahrefs as well, but they are quite on the dear end, so they are quite expensive. So what I did was like, I normally just go there to Pinterest, get these keywords and put them on Google Trends, search the regions and the time frame. Usually I just put in sometimes within 3 to 9 months, just to see which regions have been consistent with this keyword, which region has the high search rate for this particular keywords. For example, maybe mountain bike or wall art, for example, something like this. So the region that is topping the most, that has the highest search rate, then I just pick that region. So that's how I do it, using Google Trends and Pinterest to find my region. And then when I find them, then I just used sometimes €10, and sometimes 7, sometimes depends. Currently I'm running on €15. I'll be sharing that video with you guys in a moment, or maybe tomorrow. But this is my budget for one region. At least it minimum has to be 7 or 10 euros, 7 to 10 euros thereabout. And I have about 10 ad creatives or more, sometimes at least minimum 7 ad creatives and more, or to 12 ad creatives, something like this. And then I run the ads, and after like 3 days, 5 days, then I check which of the ads is performing well, which of the ad creative has more engagement, and then I put the other ones off that are just like wasting eyeballs, right, or wasted eyeballs. So this is the third lesson, is that if you're targeting, you have to be really honest with yourself. When you target, make sure you have like a reasonable budget and a reasonable demographic, you know, so at least you can get better results from your ads. And also you have, you know your demographic, you know which age group, which gender is, you know, responding more to your ads. So that's it on the third one. And just a bonus to it is, to all this one, to connect everything together, is like you need to be, I think one needs to exercise a lot of patience when running ads on Pinterest, because it's a visual platform and people come there to find ideas, and of course they also come there to purchase. But you need to exercise patience when you're running these ads, and hopefully with time, you know, just like me, I'm just figuring it out, and I'm still trying to figure it out. And hopefully with time, when I have everything, when I've understood everything and I have everything at call of my hands, then I can share with you guys and update you guys. Okay, look guys, this is what is happening, this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do, from my own experience, and what has worked for me. Of course I'll share that with you guys. So those are the 3 lessons which I wish I knew before I started running Pinterest ads. So if you're just starting with Pinterest and starting to run ads on Pinterest, I hope this helped. And if you're in the same shoes as me, or in the same place as me, you're currently running ads on Pinterest, then drop a comment below. Let's discuss. Let me know what has been working for you, what has not been working for you. Also feel free to let me know what you would like to see in the next video. And if you want to figure this along with me, then make sure to subscribe and like this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.